Well, I figured it was time to give a progress update on this, part three, what I've been working on the 934/5. I managed to reinstall the drip rails on the body, and I widened the rear fenders by about 4 millimeters. I wanted to get this video done before I start putting primer on this. I'm also grooving the fender for the fender flare gaskets, which is a detail that got totally overlooked by Tamiya. And I'm going to be putting the hardware on there that holds it in. One of the things I'm struggling with is getting the details right on the window trim. It's supposed, there's a rubber gasket and then trim that goes in there, and they didn't do a very good job of that, so I've got to sort out how I'm going to fix that. Also cut out the vents for the front air blower, and I found this expanded metal mesh. It's actually from a frying pan splatter shield. I got Walmart, like $10 for 2 pieces, 2 splatter shields. And it's not quite to scale, but it'll have to do unless I can find better scale expanded metal. That's the smallest I've found so far. I've also fixing the door jambs. To me, I got the details pretty wrong on that, and so I'm doing the recess here for the engine lid cover release. And I've got a lot of other things planned. I've also cut out the vents here as the original car was. The original car doesn't have the subframe structure for the roof line and everything, and I'm thinking about doing that as well. I've got the front fenders reshaped as they were originally, and again I've cut out the channel for the gasket. I'm going to add the hardware. There's some fitting issues I've got to sort out, and on the front hood I've started making the doors for the fuel fillers. I couldn't find a hinge small enough, so I actually have to make my own hinges for that. But I think that's coming out pretty nice. I still got one more to do. On the rear tail, I had to buy a whole new tail assembly and some sprues. I actually robbed this one out of my other kit and then had to buy replacements for that kit. But the fit on this and finish on the original parts wasn't all that great, so it's turning out to be quite a bit of work, a lot of detail sanding to get this right. So it's ready for first coat of primer to see what else has to be done. How I'm going to paint up in there is still kind of a question, but it is what it is, the way it is. On the engine, the intake tube here, I hate the parting lines from the original castings, and to me I put a big void in right there, so I filled that void, got rid of the parting line. It wasn't even symmetrical originally. Those big lump on one side of it from the casting, so I'm sorting that out. And on the original car, this part would have been welded to this part, so I'm gonna sort that out, make it as one piece. I'm getting the intercooler sorted out. I got to figure out how I'm going to do these through bolts a little bit. I still got some stuff I'm going to work on that. Right now all this is just mocked up, make sure everything's fitting straight and correct as I go along. on the rotors. This is my last rotor. Turns out these rotors have 120 holes in them, so I drilled 120 holes in these rotors. I still got some other details I want to sort out on those, make them a little nicer. Started working on the rear relay board. There'll be some surprises in here. I had to make this little plug for the wiring, and I'm going to wire in the voltage regulator, which is that one there, and this is one caliper, and got the bleeder valves on there, the crossover line on the bottom, and the fitting for the brake line on there. I've got to go back and do all the others to put that fitting on. And this is the front relay board. Started reworking on that again. Drilled the holes for the empty relays, and I've still got to figure out how I'm actually going to get the wiring to go in there and look half correct. But anyway, and still working on this. I got these are the fuel pumps, and I've got the wiring for the fuel pumps in. Don't have the fittings for the plumbing. I thought I had fittings. I guess I forgot to order them. I ordered a bunch of more hardware a couple weeks ago. It still hasn't come through, so I've got to wait on that again. But anyway, that's pretty much where I'm at this point, and I'll get back with you in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how far I progress then.